What's up, guys? Jacob Rodriguez for Stay in Your Lane podcast. Hope everybody's having a good week. My week's been pretty good. Just finished Easter weekend this past weekend. Had a great time with family. Hope all you guys did too. It was very fun. Actually, it was a good time, man. It was fucking relaxing. I wasn't all crazy usually like during a holiday that sometimes I am or even my wife can be. It was just nice and easy. It's just, it was a good time, dude. Got to play some events with the kids, games and shit, water balloon fights, water balloon tosses, all that crap, I say crap. It was fun, dude. I had a good time. Football. It was for barbecue, cascarones, so I hope all you guys had the same. It was also our anniversary, mine and my wife's 13th year anniversary. 13 years. Wow. Awesome. Congratulations, babe. Yeah, I'm a keeper. No, but it was fun. We didn't plan anything. It was Easter. We kind of honestly forgot. My wife likes to say she forgot. She's, ooh, I forgot. Oh, you didn't forget, liar. We both forgot. We both kind of forgot. We knew it was the date, of course, but it was like, oh shit, it's tomorrow. It was already the 20th, 420 on Saturday. Hope y'all had a good 420. It's a good event too. Of course, that's a very fun one for the pot smokers. Those fucking pot smokers. Goddamn devil's lettuce. Smoking that devil's lettuce, man. So happy 420 as well, man. So episode 5 this week, which is good because that means 5 consecutive weeks I've been doing this podcast. And really, I'm surprised, dude, that it's been getting a little bit easier this early. And then when I say easier, it's because, of course, I'm kind of doing the same setup or whatever, but I got a little plan and it's working. So it's been good, man. It's been fun. I want to get better at it with the interviews and dig deep and find out some cool shit, some funny shit. But I'm having fun nonetheless and hope y'all are enjoying it. Check them out on YouTube too. If you're not on YouTube, check it out. You can see video on there. If you can't see video where you're at and you just want audio, then you can check it out on Apple's podcast. So download it, rate, subscribe. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Let people know if you like it, man, and support this podcast. Support me. I appreciate it. May 3rd as well. May 3rd next week, Shindig at Gators. Vatos Locos Comedy is back with Al Gonzalez, headline Josh Cabaza, featuring special guests is Lito Cortez, and it's all hosted by yours truly, me, Jacob Rodriguez. It's going to be a good time. Tickets are on sale right now at eventbrite.com. I'm running out of fucking breath. I'm sitting down, and I'm not even... All right, that's just me talking, dude. I get all fucking crazy sometimes. Like, it's weird. I don't know if it's anxiety or some shit. But it'll be a good time, man. May 3rd. May 3rd, eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com. Check it out, dude. It's going to be a fun night. Pre-Cinco de Mayo Bash. Friday night, dude. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9. Gator Sports Bar. Check it out, eventbrite.com one last time, right? But anyways, episode 5, my boy JSTYLEZ, man. It's going to be a good one. A good dude. Good friend of mine. I'm glad I know the guy. I met him about a year ago, and we hit it off real well, dude. Good dude. Hustler, man. Go-getter. You'll hear it, rapper. You'll hear it, dude. You'll hear it. Check it out. Episode 5, JSTYLEZ on the SIYL.
Stay in Your Lane podcast starts now.
What's up? The SIYL Stay in Your Lane podcast. Jacob Rodriguez, my boy JSTYLEZ.
What it do?
What's it going on, man?
Oh, man, same old. How was your Easter, man?
Oh, it was good, dude. Easter is yesterday, by the way. This is Monday, 4/22.
4/22, yeah.
April 22, I was going to say 21. Yesterday was my anniversary, too, man.
Oh, man, you got to remember that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay. It was like, so it was like Easter anniversary. It was good, dude. It was like, same old stuff, go to the park. Family, you're a big family man too.
Oh yeah, no doubt, No doubt.
It was good, man. It's fun. I don't get all drunk and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Me
you know
neither,
what I'm
man.
talking
That makes
about?
two of us. That makes two of us,
And
man.
you know what I'm talking about? It's like I like playing the sports, and I'm not a big drinker. I like to drink. Y'all have heard the stories already.
Yeah.
And I know you've heard some of my stories.
Oh, yeah. All
but
day,
it's like,
every day.
man, now it's like, dude, yesterday we were playing football and shit.
Yeah.
I'm all-time QB. I don't do the running shit. Right, I ain't gonna.
You probably in the best shape, man. Why not? Why wouldn't you, man?
Dude, I can do everything else except the run.
Except the running.
Hell yeah. So
I
I'm
see.
just like,
I
you know
see.
what? Like,
see.
let's go. I'm all-time QB. But then my son was like, hey, Dad, let
man.
me QB for a minute. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So I'm fucking running, dude. Bro, I'm running like short outs and shit.
Oh, no.
I went long
man.
like twice and I was winded. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
You start to feel your age, man. We walked up some stairs. We was in Dallas this week because my wife's cousin got married. So she didn't want to wait for the elevator. So we decided to go up the stairs. And 3 flights of stairs, man, I was out of there. Like, you start really feeling your age. Like, you get back into the gym.
You do that cardio, man.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man.
And that's what it is. Like we're still strong. Dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just like, hold up. You want to go
wanna do
shopping
what?
all day?
All day.
Like I don't want to walk there.
I ain't got time for that. Ain't
No,
nobody got time for
Here's
that.
a couple of bills. Leave me at the house.
Debit card,
Right.
go do your thing.
Yeah, man, it's wild, man. JSTYLEZ. JSTYLEZ too, man. Rapper here in Corpus Christi, Texas, the 361, dude.
That's right.
How long you been rapping, dude?
Man, since high school, man. I just turned 36, so I've been doing it since the age of about 16, 17. We just freestyle, do little things here and there, you know, when Freestyle Kings was out, you know, yelling on the mic, I'm going to come down. And then, you know, I attended Miller High School. Go Bucks.
Oh, shit. Once a buck, always a buck. Right.
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, man, you know, I ran track and stuff and played sports. And we had a little demo that we put out. It was me, DJ Shy One, a guy named 5 Cent, Willie Nichols, and this guy named Oscar Anderson. We formed a group called Northwest Mafia. Some was from the west, some was from the north side. So we combined a little group together, man, and we started handing out demos, man. We did our first track. The song was called Forever Ballin'. And we weren't looking for like a real big buzz. It was just something to do, you know.
Right.
We
Just something you like to do, just what the hell, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we just did it. And so we wind up recording it at DJ Shy One, and the name of his little label was In My Room Records. I'll never forget In My Room Records. It was literally in a room inside of a closet.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, literally in a closet. I mean, and going back to it now, listening to it, you know, how it was before to what we sound like now. It's like, man, some of that stuff sounded horrible, but back then it sounded good.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
No mixing, no mastering, just get in there in that
Raw
closet
shit.
and just do your thing, and, you know, dubs and ad-libs, and then, you know. So anyway, we recorded that track and we handed that demo out, man. You know, probably pressed about 300 or 400 copies, handed them out to the school, and we got, man, the reaction we got, man, was crazy, man. I mean, the people were going wild everywhere you go. They were listening to it in their CD players. Back then, we had the little CD players you walk around with your headphones and stuff, and everybody was jamming it, man. Forever Ballin'.
Anti-skip, or
Oh man,
these were some of them were still skipping
Some of
and
them
shit,
were still
right? You couldn't even
skipping,
hit.
yeah.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Starting my shit over.
Exactly. So yeah,
Back
man.
in the day.
It took off, man, and so that's when we decided to go in and take it serious. At least that's when I decided I wanted to kind of rap and take it serious.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's hard to get it's hard to get a lot of people to jive. On the same. You know, when you have a group or a band or any type of other more people.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So hey man, we got to do it this time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You
definitely.
find out who's serious.
Who's serious and who's not.
And
Yeah.
who's not, dude.
Yeah.
And you know, whatever. I mean, just say that's what you do. You know, some people like us too. Shoot, we got families,
Yeah.
man. You know,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
you gotta obviously prioritize.
Yeah.
Is it fucking fly in here?
Yeah.
It's a motherfucking fly in here,
around.
bitch.
About to get his ass kicked.
Shit.
It's all good.
I'm gonna get that bitch. Bah! But it's like fucking you know, so that's priority, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you, when you got to get that group, you know, you find out pretty serious.
It's a
man.
little harder, you know, dealing with the group. And everybody, for the most part, everybody was on the same page. You know, everything was good. I mean, we had our little group going on, but you know, it was just a couple of us that were more of ahead of our time. You know, like my boy 5 Cent. You know, he was more like a New Yorkish rap style. You know, something that we had never heard. You know, we're from Texas, so we're used to like the Lil Flips and you know, the ESGs and stuff.
Right.
So his style was a little different, man. And he was like way ahead of his time as far as like lyrics and everything, man. He was just on point, man, because he had been to Miami and he had come back, so he had experienced a lot more than we had. And his mind just the way he thought was just ahead of us, man. So he was one of the first ones to actually take off and be on the radio. He was one of the ones out of the group that we had. And like I say, he was ahead of his time. He was already doing shows. He was on the radio. He had somebody pulling for him for the radio. And,
right.
So he kind of took off and did his own little thing, but we still stayed as a group. And then that's when I decided to go on and release my album and start doing things and getting mixtape songs here and buying beats here, and decided to go on and take it serious. But yeah, man, when we started breaking that bread, that's when it really started like becoming like serious,
Right.
And at the time I was working for Taco Bell, man. I was making, minimum wage $5.15 an hour, man.
Hell
Talking
yeah,
about back in '99,
Taco Supremes.
Taco Supremes, man. So I was putting them tacos
and then rapping too,
and rapping
doing
literally rapping tacos. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Rapping the burritos and all that shit.
Yeah, rapping the burritos, them bean burritos.
Oh, my kids love Taco Bell too.
Oh,
It's fucking. It's alright. It's cool too, but man, that shit'll fuck you up, dude.
It will. It's kind of like the pedigree of the dog food, man.
Man.
It just runs through you. It'll fill you up for a little bit, but then it'll run through you, man.
That's what my son, Taco Bell. My son was he was talking about Taco Bell the other day.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I was gonna make some good shit, some home cooked shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And my son's like, nah, I want Taco Bell. I said, you know what? I guess I could get you Taco Bell. I didn't really take offense to it. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some of this. But he goes, because it's better.
No, it's a problem then.
I was like,
And that's when it becomes a problem.
I was like, Taco Bell, dude. I'm making fucking chicken and rice with fucking love over
real
here.
deal.
Yeah, dude. And he's. It pretty much told me. I was like, you fucking telling me a 15-year-old over there at Taco Bell with a fucking squirt gun with sour cream in the tacos.
It's better than what I'm cooking.
Man, that's some bullshit, man. Yeah. Right? But you had to do
cook
it, man.
for itself, man.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I go, man, come on, man. These kids ain't kill me.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because, like I said, we went to Dallas for a wedding this weekend, and we left Thursday night, man. So my wife and kids, they had eaten at McDonald's. I think they stopped at McDonald's. I wasn't hungry at the time because I had eaten some leftover Long John Silvers from like the night before. So I was kind of good, Long Johns. So we got there. We got to Dallas at about 1:30, man. But anyway, on the way up there, I started getting hungry, and my wife and them, they had already eaten already. So there was no reason for them to, get anything to eat. So the first place I see is Taco Bell. So
Yeah.
pull over, go grab a couple of tacos, and they ran out of mild sauce, dog. No mild sauce. I'm like, I get like two Dorito tacos and like a bean burrito, and I'm like, I want that mild sauce. What type of size sauce you got, sir? You want, sir? I'm like, I'll take the mild sauce. Oh, we don't have mild. I'm sorry, all we got is Diablo. I'm like, Diablo. I'm like, just throw it in there.
We got the devil, man.
Yeah, it's all right. Just go ahead and throw it in there, man.
You light that asshole on fire, man.
Man, oh man. So yeah, man. So I ate that hot sauce, man, and it was pretty good. It was really hot. I had the tip. Hot sauce is hot when it burns the tip of your lips around here, like after the fact the food's already eaten already.
You're like, I still got shit on here.
Still got. I'm looking around like, man,
burning.
I got a pepper on my mouth or something, man. I mean, it was just there. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's when it tore me up the next day. So we got there, like I said, Thursday night. Well, actually Friday morning, because we got there about 1:30 in the morning. 1:15, 1:30. By the time we checked into our hotel.
Oh shit, dude, that's a drive.
That's
too,
a drive, man.
Like, to go to, and I love. I don't go to Dallas often.
Yeah.
Because of that fucking drive.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? But Dallas is tight.
It is.
It's fuck.
Well, we actually were in Grand Prairie, so I guess
that whole area.
Dallas,
That whole area is
kind of
cool.
like the same.
Yeah. That's the suburbs. Of Dallas. Really,
the suburbs of Dallas. Yeah.
I used to be out there in Mesquite, man. So I knew all that area. And Mesquite's. I forgot the freeway, but it was just that freeway. It was literally Dallas freeway, Mesquite.
Yeah, and they're constantly working on those freeways, man. So like God forbid you miss an exit or you're done, man. Yeah. But what tripped me out is they were talking about when my wife's cousin was telling me that if something happens in Grand Prairie, let's just say an emergency, well, the Dallas Fort Worth or Dallas, I guess, however they call it, they won't go over to Grand Prairie or vice versa. Let's just say something happens in Dallas.
Yeah.
It'll take 15 minutes to get there when Grand Prairie is just right there, but they won't cross
out of jurisdiction or whatever, right?
It's crazy, man. So
that's wild,
so you have to wait. What could probably take 2 minutes or 5 minutes is gonna take you 20. So there you have to wait 20 because this, I don't know, man. Some things just don't make no sense to me. But yeah. So like I said, we got in about 1:15, 1:20, 1:30 ish, and we woke up the next day, man. And man, I was Taco Bell, that Diablo, man.
Yeah, the devil was there, man.
He was there. He was screaming.
Right there in the butt, dude.
Yeah, he was doing his thing.
Taco Bell, man. I don't know. I don't know about just trying to eat healthy too.
Yeah, that's what I've been on too, man. I've been listening to a lot of different doctors and stuff, and trying to get away from meats and stuff. We talk. I work with Jacob, man, so he'll tell you, man, I eat bad, man.
Yeah, we work together too, by the way, man. Where I've met Marcus, man. We've become good friends this past year, dude.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He's always hooking it up with some good lunches and shit.
Man,
always.
But
whatever. I mean, that's just.
Shit.
It's just moderation. That's just
moderation.
It's just life, dude.
Yeah, that's and he said the key word, moderation. So you can't eat McDonald's on Monday, Popeyes on Tuesday, barbecue Rudy's on Wednesday, and turn around and eat Subway on Thursday, and then Burger King on Friday.
Though, too, man. Because you do that, and you're a busy family too, busy dad. You know what I mean?
Very
he's got 3 kids too.
3 kids. Yeah.
Plus, hustler, dude.
Oh yeah.
Rapping, working full time, and
breeding
then
dogs.
Breeding dog. I mean, dude. That's what when I always talk about. I always bring up like just being a hustler, doing just extra, or just doing whatever. You don't want to do it, don't do it. But that's tight when you do, and just like, dude, just wanting more.
Takes a toll. It takes a toll on your body, man. But at the end of the day, it's actually worth it, man. Because out of all these things that I do, I just feel like something's gonna give. Whether it's music, whether it's the dog game, and the dogs, I'm not really too much in it to make money. I just got my kennel started up, and I've been doing it since I hadn't been doing it. My dad was doing it in the early '80s, and then I just kind of picked up off what he was doing. When he passed, I just
you're just around
developed the path. Yeah, and now my son, he loves dogs too, man. I mean, he'll go up to a dog that bites, man, and just kind of like trying to pet it. He's not scared of dogs, man. So it's a trip, man. That he picked up like how I picked up off my dad. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's just exposure. You know what I mean? Just exposing your kids constantly, I guess, to whatever, whatever is good out there, or you're into, which is cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's tight, man. Big family man too, and that's what I like too. It's like, man, because we all get to, you dads, we all get together and shit, and we talk, and we're like, man, my son didn't left the damn lights on all day. You have those dad talks, right? Like, hey, does your wife do this? Oh shit! And you're like, oh my god, man, we're arguing all the damn time. Like, y'all been married a long time too.
Long time. Well, actually, we've been together a long time. I just got married here this past December is a year, so I just completed a year. But we've been together 19 years.
Oh, dude. So, shoot, that's beat on me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we just hit 13 yesterday. Man, we were arguing like 3 hours before that.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes, man. I mean,
like, whatever, but,
Yeah. The main thing me and my wife argue about, man, is it's cleaning. A lot of it's cleaning, man. The cleaning, and I get mad at the kids because I try to tell them to keep your rooms clean, and then sometimes I tell my daughter all the time, keep your room clean, do this, do that, and I go back to my room and I got stuff laying everywhere. So it's like,
how do you expect,
I gotta clean my own backyard before I say anything, man. But it's like, I work, man. Y'all don't work. Y'all just go to school. Y'all should keep y'all's rooms clean. But still no excuse for me, though. But at the end of the day, what I'm getting at is that the kids watch what we do all the time. So the first thing my daughter, I have to get on her sometimes. I hear her say something slick, or, well, Dad, you didn't clean up your room, or look at your room, or your restroom isn't clean. And I'm like, oh, man. So, but at the end of the day, the truth hurts, man. You kind of want to slap them, but it's like the truth hurts, though.
Like, man, we ain't talking about me right now. We're talking about you.
I pay the bills around here, man. So you ain't got no say so. But that's one thing my dad would always say, whenever him and my mom would get into it or argue. Well, I pay the bills around here. And I'm like, then I find myself saying, well, I pay the bills around here, so, you ain't. But
throwing that shit around, right?
Yeah, throwing it around. Like,
goddamn, who pays his fucking life?
Who pays his life?
Turn this motherfucker off.
Who paid his AC, man? Close that door.
Shit, I'm going to have everybody fucking sweating like a motherfucker in this house.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm the same way. It drives me nuts, man. And it's like crazy because I always say, like, lead by example, obviously. And all of us ain't good examples, really.
Yeah, definitely.
In some areas. Because I tell my kids that, hey, clean your room, then our room's all fucked up, or whatever, we're
unorganized.
And I tell my wife, I'm like, hey, babe, why do we getting all these cabinets when I'm drawers and shit, new furniture when I'm digging clothes out of the hamper, out of the basket and shit, right? And man, I'm telling you, dude,
man,
I was talking to one of our boys at work about this, and he said this. He said it first, and I was like, oh shit. You do it too. Yeah, you get that realization where you're like, man, it's all the
not
same.
Just us.
It don't even fucking matter, dude.
And I think that makes you feel good also, man.
It does.
Because sometimes you think that you and your family or your wife are going through something and it's just you. It's like, oh, it's just you. But then when you that's why it's always good to talk to people, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't give my personal. There's only certain people I tell my personal business to, but it makes me feel a little better or a lot better when they're like, oh man, when I go through that too, or this happened to me too, or my kid did this too, and it's like, okay, well, it's not just me, because the world will make you think like it's just you.
Oh, man, for real.
You're the only one signal that everybody else's life is
the
perfect.
world and the wife will make you think it's just you, man.
It's just, everything else is perfect, but it's your life. You're the one who's. So it just makes me feel good. It's good, man. We all go through it,
You know what's funny that you said it's your life, man, because it's like, man, I got into reading like books. I've never been a reader. I've never been a school guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, I hated hated school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just because. I just hated school. I think that maybe I had ADD, or maybe I do.
Maybe.
Where it was one of, how it's different now.
Got to move around. Yeah.
Back in the day, it was just like, oh, you're a bad fucking kid.
You're just a bad kid.
You fucking spank your ass.
You did your ass whip. Yeah.
But I just hated it, dude. And it was like shit. I'm fucking forgetting what I was fucking saying. We were talking about lead by example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, shit. Like when I'm doing homework with the kids too. Oh, I can't do homework. Like third grade, maybe fourth grade on up, I'm good.
You're good.
I could do homework with you, but I don't have the patience.
Yeah.
Doing homework with my first grader, oh my God, dude. It's like...
Studying spelling words. And then
because she doesn't like school either.
Yeah.
She's just like me, dude. And I see it, and I get after it, and I'm thinking... I try to remember when I was...
When you were a kid.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I
hated it too.
Yeah, and then it becomes easier, because then you find that common thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, good, man. But I was reading these books that would just say, like, do that stuff, and this was probably about 2013, 2014. I started reading and just started reading all these, like, kind of like self-help books, borderline religious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was good stuff, man. It was good to, give you insight and see other people go through the same stuff like we're talking about, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, okay, cool, man. I'm not crazy.
It's a big
because my wife's been making me feel crazy lately. You know what I mean? Like it was like, and that's in the relationship when you feel. Sometimes I'm sure you felt that time, being with someone for 19 years.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can't even begin to tell people the ups and downs I'm sure that you've had.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, you might have felt crazy. I'm sure your wife has felt fucking crazy before, where it's like, oh my God, am I crazy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of the world's against you.
Yeah.
But it's like, man,
it's serious.
Just, it's not even serious. It's just a communication issue or something like that. You know what I mean? One of the big things I remember, dude, we had went to counseling, right? And I talk about this on stage this was back in 7 years ago or so. I don't know. But the counselor was like talking about support.
Yeah.
Right? And my thing was like, dude, our definitions were fucking wrong.
Yeah.
That's all it was an understanding of what support meant to me and what support meant to her.
Yeah.
Right. And once I found that shit out, I was like, oh, fuck. All right. Like, you're cool. My support, I see, my thing was I wanted her to be like in stand-up with me, like fucking slinging merch and fucking promoting, fucking calling, pretty much doing everything that I couldn't do while I was working, I guess, almost.
Yeah.
Or, I guess that kind of support, maybe not as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But something along that lines. And she was just like, okay. And then the counselor was like, well, what's your idea? Told her. And she's like, just supporting him, just being there, allowing him, backing him up, just say, whether it's a criticism, shit like that. And I was like, once I found that out, bro, I was like, tight. Like, we're cool. There was no expectations, I guess, you know, because it's, in a relationship, people fucking say this, and it kind of, I hate the way that it is kind of like new age shit right now. Like, oh, don't have expectations because then you'll never get this motherfucker.
Yeah, you gotta have.
I have fucking expectations.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Like if I fucking am going towards a goal all the time or whatever, and it doesn't happen, I expect that to happen as long as I'm working towards it. I guess, you know what I mean? So it's just hard. You know how you see these motivational things, which is good. Sometimes people need it at that right moment.
Yeah.
And I understand that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, definitely.
It's just like, damn, it just kills me. It's because it's like, I don't know. It's kind of just, I know it's just changing the way you're thinking.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's what you got to do. You got to reprogram yourself and shit. But
and you're right about the whole support thing, because I was at a point, that I had posted that. I think I posted some on my Facebook not too long ago about support, So I dropped a video here. The video is called Check Yourself, and it was, all my videos, I put thought into them. Every video that I've done, for the exception, I think, of the Get Like Me video, I've pretty much orchestrated. Like, I've kind of put everything together, the cars or whoever and the whole. But this here was kind of like special to me, this last track that I did, because it was different. Not only because it was different, it had more like of a jazzy type,
Right,
something
I saw it too. I'm gonna put it up. Yeah, hell yeah.
So, when that video dropped, like any other video, I always tell her to share, and she'll just kind of reshare it, not reshare it, But the last video that I did, I told her, I said, well, hey, man, can you reshare it? And she goes, yeah, I'll get to it when I can, So, a week goes by and I look on her page and it's not shared. So it really irked me, man. Like,
bugs you.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, but I guess sometimes I gotta, she's caught up with the kids, she's doing things.
Right.
But like I told her, it doesn't hurt you to just share something. So I gotta tell her, you just put yourself in my shoes, She doesn't do like music or anything for me to support her as far as, the kids and stuff. But I mean, if you do something that you love, and like I told her, I was doing music like way before I even met her. Not that that's more important, but it's like, hey man, this is what I like to do. This is what I love to do.
Right.
So if you're not backing me up and helping me out on this, or like even, mentioning it, or even it's as you can even just tell your friends, hey, well, check out my husband's video, or just reshare it one time, 2 times, take a couple of CDs at work, sell some CDs at work. It's not that big of a deal. Just something so simple can mean so much to a person.
Right.
But I told her, I said, you would never know what it feels like until you're in that position. Until, let's just say you got a business, a food business.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's just say you got a food business and you decide to quit your job and you got a food business. And I don't tell anybody about your food business, but yet I'm sending everybody down the street, to go get something to eat, or I'm promoting, I'm eating over here at Taco Bell. What did they say, Taco Bell?
Yeah,
and then you got a taco stand here, and I'm not telling nobody about your taco stand. Well, it's gonna irk you sometimes,
So,
for sure. And so she kind of understood. So we got into it was a pretty big argument about it, man. But like I said, sometimes I have to realize and sit back and say, yeah, it's really not that serious. I think she does support me. Well, I know she does support me. It's just not the way that I feel like she should.
Right, dude, and that's where that definition, that meaning of it, you know what I mean, and the communication. I mean, it's crazy, dude. It is, and I mean, being together 19 years, 10 years, 15 years, says a lot, dude. I mean, because shit, you see people now on Facebook just every 3 days.
Every
and
3
shit.
days,
it's just like, you know what? I hadn't changed my underwear yet, but I'm gonna change boyfriends and girlfriends and shit.
Yeah, haven't
you know
brushed
what I mean?
my teeth
And
yet,
it's
but
like,
I'm on Facebook. Yeah,
and I know you value that, showing your kids and shit, of course, and you make it because, man, just like you said, it's a big thing, but it's really not a big thing.
It's really not a big thing.
When you think about it, you're like, man, it's cool. Like, this is the person I'm with every day of my life. Like, as sometimes it could be as crazy as it can be, man, you have somebody to share with, dude. And you got kids too. I got kids, and it's just like that familia thing, man.
That's what it's about.
But shit, ups and downs, man. Like we said, you got the counseling thing, but just don't give up. See, all y'all motherfuckers, some of y'all just like, fuck this.
Well,
I'm
never
out.
give up.
It's just you got to keep going and hit it up, man. Especially for the kids too. Keep them going. Shit. Like with I was tripping because I was thinking about my kids too. Like I'm like I wouldn't want to raise nobody else's kids too. You know what I mean? Like and not to anybody out there who's
not unless you have to, unless you
have step kids or anything like that. But it's just like, man, it's to me that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
Else's kids,
that would be damn. I'd want to just be. Somebody else's kids talk back to me. You're like, what? No, you don't want to do that, man. It'd be wild. I couldn't do that shit, man.
Yeah, but I got a good girl, man. My wife, like I said, she's not a clubber. She's an occasional drinker. Just like myself. I really don't drink too much. I'm not the type I have to get off work or I have to go have a beer. I have to have a beer. Like it's very. I hardly ever drink. Every now and then I'll get a little bit of Ciroc and mix it with some Kool-Aid or something, on Friday nights. It just depends, man, because, I also coach basketball. And like I said, man, I'm a role model before anything. So to anybody out there, too, that, before I got married, I noticed, I would be in the barbershop or just certain little places, and the first thing when I would talk about getting married, whoever was sitting in the chair or somebody always had something bad to say, like, how long you been with your wife? Well, I've been with her at the time. It was like 17, 18 years. Like, we've been together. Oh man, if I were you, man, I wouldn't get married because that's when it'll go all goes downhill and this and that. You have so many problems, and then you start thinking, man, because you see, you start seeing people that have been together for like years, and then once they get married, they wind up breaking up after a month or two. I've had like 3 or 4 of my buddies that happened to.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So you can't listen to what nobody says or go off based off somebody else's relationship because you don't know what he did or what she did,
right.
you know. So, you know, what I say that to say this, man, you know, just do your thing and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Like, hey, they have if they broke up after a month, that's on them.
Right.
You know?
Stay in your fucking lane.
Stay in your lane. Exactly what the podcast show is about. Stay in your lane. But it seemed like everybody had something to say about me getting married after so long. Well, why now? You know, or and I'm like, because that's what I want to do, man. You know, I started getting into church, reading the Bible, and, you know, not to be real religious or nothing like that, but it tells us what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. And I won't lie, man. Since I've gotten married, my life has been a lot better. I mean, I had a good life already. I still have a good life. Every day above ground is a good life. But once I got married and made that commitment, it was a lot better. Everything just, like, changed, you know, the way I thought, you know, the way I felt, you know, just... And I got some things I got to work on still, you know, but I mean, I just felt a lot more complete now that we got married. And then to top it off, you know, my kids were able to see all that because, you know, usually we're supposed to get married before we have kids and all that. And we made some mistakes. I made some mistakes, you know, but I repented and I went on ahead and we got married. And the beautiful thing is that my kids were involved. All 3 of my kids. I just had my son. Like I said, he hadn't turned a year yet. And, you know, he was involved in the wedding. And so it was just something memorable, you know, something I can go back and look at. So
my son was in the wedding too, man.
Was he?
That's how you know you're good right there. When you got your kids in the wedding. Yeah,
Flower
man.
girls
He was like, I think my son was because I got married twice to the same chick.
Okay.
We got married to the court, right? We got married to the court the first time.
Yeah.
This was a month before my son was born.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then that year that we were married, she's like, I want a wedding.
Yeah.
And we had a fucking wedding.
Yeah.
Which was awesome, by the way, but it's even now, bro, even now, 13 years later, she would tell you, like, we probably shouldn't have had the fucking wedding.
Yeah.
That shit put us in a little debt for a while.
And it will too, man. But that's the thing, man. That's what the world will tell you, man. The world makes it seem
done your
like,
own shit.
Yeah, the world makes it seem like it's I'll be honest, like our wedding probably cost us about $5,000. We didn't spend a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know, we rented a little a hall. I think it was like $1,500. We had some padrinos that came and, you know, brought some money and stuff, and people helped out. I had a lot of people donate. My cousin donated the brisket, so I smoked the briskets. I mean, so we kind of budgeted our wedding because I got, like I said, I got a couple of buddies, man, and you know, they've already broken up and did their own thing, and, you know, got kids and they're still paying that debt, man. And it's like the world tells you that you need to have
a $30,000 wedding.
Yeah, $30,000 wedding, that you need to have, you know, $10,000 honeymoon, that your ring has to have many diamonds on there, man. And it's
ladies.
Really, like, I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, but is a diamond gonna make them love you more or make them not cheat or not do? You know. So at the end of the day, man, it's just you know, just look at my big ring. Like, you know, the ring I got probably, you know, I don't know how much this ran, but I mean, it's nice. It's nothing real fancy, or I'm not even a ring person, you know. So
yeah, but the mean is what is there.
I mean,
right?
It's like, is it really that serious? You know. And so, like you said, you got some people that are paying on their weddings, and they've already been married a decade already.
Dude, that's like school loans and shit. I mean, dude, that's in status, right? Because you've heard Aunt Becky from fucking Full House, you know, with their kids. That's all status. These motherfuckers are rich as shit to where they were like, you know what? I don't want other rich people to think that our kids aren't fucking smart. Let's buy them a degree. Dude, that's crazy. I would have told, dude, I put myself in her shoes and her husband's shoes, and I'm like, y'all are that stupid, really? Like, y'all have every opportunity. That's their fault. And that's their fault, right?
That's society for you, though, man.
That's just, and they're like, man, wow, that's crazy. Buy him a degree, all because status. And that ring don't mean nothing. Actually, it means something, but the price doesn't mean
nothing. The price
nothing.
doesn't mean anything, man.
The price don't mean shit, ladies. So remember that out there with the big old weddings. But it's funny, man, because my wife now, back then, it was like, I remember, too, because it was 4/21. When we got married, and she's like, well, nothing, I want the same date.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's look for some. So she's looking. She's like, just so happens, she's like, the only place is the Omni.
Oh,
I was like, aha. Man, barely married a year. You know what I mean? Man, my funds was low.
Yeah.
So like you said, I was hurting for a little bit of pain on that motherfucker, man.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, shit. And then now it's like, man, we could have gone to Vegas. you know,
could have done so much with that money. Yeah,
instead of the Corpus Christi honeymoon is San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah. I've got buddies that spent well over 25,000, and man, it didn't even last. It didn't even last 6 months. They wound up.
That's wild.
Got a buddy in Oklahoma. Yeah, I mean, they got married, did the big wedding, and everything you can think of, and lasted 6 months.
Fuck that shit.
And I don't know, I never got into detail of what happened or whatnot, but I mean, it's all about status, Facebook photos, and at the end of the day, man, people's lives aren't really what they're portrayed to be. Tells you, because they're not gonna tell you the bad stuff.
No, even like right now, like look how cool shit we look right here, right? Yeah. But behind y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's behind y'all, it's like all kinds of shit. Yeah, and, the same shit here, but
like you said, it's just all status, man, and trying to keep up and
keep up with the Kardashians.
Keep up. You got to. I mean. It just amazes me, man, on some of the things that we do, man, to try to keep up, to try to withhold that status, man, and just be there. You want to be here. You don't want to ever get any lower than that. You want to just keep going higher, and that's a good expectation to have. But at the end of the day, man, it's not really worth it, man.
No, it's just it's crazy because, like you say. Status, and there's just like levels on everything too. Like even like rapping too. Like people who are starting out rapping, or it's comedy, for instance. People who start out comedy, and you're trying to be, or whatever. Or so it's just spending. I guess, like me, I know with this podcast, man, I'm trying to do it as cheap as possible.
Cheap as possible.
No lie. Yeah. Like no shit. Like I've done all the flyer shit and paid people and fucking done all that and grouped up with people to fucking and it's like. Which goes back to what we're talking about with the group, with jiving or other people.
Oh, yeah.
And not that it's bad and you leave on bad terms or anything. Right. Like, you straight, and I'm happy for whoever's fucking doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
For anybody's success. But it's like now, like, I guess being in this game for however many years I've been in and seeing, it's like, man, I don't fucking need all that. Yeah. I don't need the top shit. Yeah. I don't need, you know what I mean? Like, man, this is I made these fucking things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just little shit like that, and just fucking. That's, I guess, the content more. Yeah. Hopefully, that's what they're fucking like.
That's
rather
what
than
like.
That's what catches you rather than a fucking badass flyer.
Yeah.
But even a badass flyer too, because I like them too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you gotta have a good flyer.
Tight.
Yeah. I mean, it says a lot about the show. It says a lot about your credibility, man. I mean, and how you present yourself. So that's one thing I do, man. Whenever I do shows, we don't just put any flyer out there. The wording is good to where you can read it.
You have to.
Everything's professional.
And I've seen your stuff, dude. It's nice,
crisp,
HD.
Clear.
It's good. All your shit's not bundled up to where it's like you can't see nothing.
See what's going on. I mean, that says a lot, man. I mean, from somebody on the outside looking in, it's like, well, if you got a crappy flyer, then your show's probably gonna be unorganized. Yeah. That's just the way people think. I'm not saying it's gonna be like that.
No, but first impression.
First impression can be your last, man.
You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, and that's what anything in business, man. First impression can be your last. Word of mouth too, man. Word of mouth. The way you treat people, the way you do things, man. It's very important.
That's like number one, dude.
Number one.
You know what I mean? It is, dude. I mean, it's weird because that's how I do business a lot. Like, I mean, shit, work. That's how you do business at work. Hey, man, I need some breaks.
Yeah.
Hey, who's good? Okay, this dude's gonna do it. Yeah. There ain't no fucking business cards at work.
Business cards at work.
It's all fucking just word of mouth. That is
this guy's good right here.
Hey, don't go to this dude. This dude ain't worth the fuck. Yep. He's in a fucking wait 3 weeks by the time. You know what I mean? Like, and sure as shit, I'll try it. Guess what? Frank ain't worth the fuck.
Waiting 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
That's You're true. Right. Frank wasn't.
I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna listen to what nobody says. And sometimes you can't always listen to what somebody says because sometimes you don't know the situation of those individuals have with each other. Let's just say Frank may not have been worth a damn. To Ruben because Ruben didn't pay him on time. There's always two sides of the story. But I give people the benefit of the doubt. But I can more or less kind of tell.
Oh, for sure.
This dude ain't worth a damn.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you should, man. But it does. A word does go a fucking long way, man. Hey, and as far as rapping, like when you're writing, dude, and I heard your last album too, which was great, dude. I was rocking it in here like 3 days consecutive. Working out, man, for real. Like it was tight, dude.
Yeah.
Where do you get your inspiration from, like as far as writing, anything having to do with it?
It's something that just comes within, man. Like what I do, and of course, he'll tell you at work. That's all I do, man, is listen to beats and I've been blessed with the talent, man. Like my favorite artist is Tupac, of course. I listen to a lot of Pac. T-Rock out of ATL, Pastor Troy. You know, a lot of those artists that are, I guess I can say, that are in my position. What I mean by in my position is they don't have a major deal. They're not, in the big fancy cars all the time. They're not on BET. I don't think I've ever really seen my boy T-Rock or Pastor Troy, at least that I know of, have seen him at a music award. These are like underground artists. So I put myself in this position because I'm like, man, this is me. Like I have a regular job. I don't know what they do outside of that, but I mean, these guys make it without a major label.
Right.
Like, these guys are like, I mean, and they're all consecutively, like T-Rock puts out like 3 albums a month, man. And I'm like, man, how could you have that much material? Like, these dudes are just talented, man, blessed, and they travel all over the world. And it's like, I think a lot of things that really hinders me from doing things is, when we open up a business or we do something, we always think of the bad that can happen. I don't know if I should quit my job and do this because what if music doesn't work out? And this always comes in the back of my mind, like, man, so you find yourself 25, then passed up the deal. 26, 27, 28. You keep passing these deals. I mean, you just get older and older, which age has nothing to do with it to a certain extent. And then you wind up saying, well, I passed up on this deal because I felt like, and before you know it, you don't have any confidence in yourself. And then before you know it, it's like your chances are already up already. It's like they're going to give it to the next person. Right. So all we can do is just sit back and watch the next person and watch what they're doing. And all we can think about is, oh, man, I don't want to be one of those woulda, coulda, shoulda guys. Or I don't want to hear, nobody wants to hear the story of what JSTYLEZ used to do. They don't want to hear about my last album release or my first album release party at the Havana. Because that was, I mean, we'll still talk on it a little bit, but you can't hinder on the past. Right. So, like I said, I listen to a lot of Tupac, and that's what motivates me, man. And the thing I've been blessed with is when I hear a beat, when I'm sitting down with the producers, whoever producer it is, I hear it off the bat, and I know exactly what I want to do with it all the way. Yeah. That's just the talent. The idea
start rolling in.
It starts rolling in. Hook everything, man, of what I want to talk about. And I'm literally driving down Holly, Saratoga, and I'm bumping, and people looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm just in my zone.
Yo, you don't know, motherfucker.
You don't know.
Y'all don't even know what's going on in his head.
I mean, literally, man, at work, they get mad. They get pissed off because that's all I do is listen to instruments, man.
When I first started in the shop, too, man. Because I don't mind. I mean, man, I don't mind, like, any of that shit. You know what I mean? But, yeah, people would be like, yo, have you heard Marcus's beats yet? And I was like, yeah, they're tight. I'm over here fucking, I'm flowing in my shit over here. I'm fucking, because that's what people do.
That's what people do.
Why is it? Because motherfucker, look, let me tell you.
Yeah, come on with
when I was fucking, when some shit happened a couple years ago that I fucking had to get gangster on some shit, right? I ain't even go into it. That's later.
Something else, yeah.
But
yeah. Whoever it was, they weren't in their lane, so
they weren't in the fucking lane. I had to put them out the fucking freeway. They weren't even in the lane after that. I threw them bitches in the ditch, dog. Fucking shit. But I found out why though, because that whole year, dude, I was fucking lifting. I was in shape. I was doing good shit. I wasn't all. I'm not trying to say that. I just felt good. I was in shape. I was working out a lot, but I was listening to motherfucking TRU the whole fucking time, and fucking Master P, ESG, all the fucking Texas shit, dude. So when that shit went down, the whole day out, the whole time I was working out, I was selling drugs and shit. You know what I mean? And killing motherfuckers, pimping bitches, doing all this shit. So it led up to that point. You know what I mean?
And it will. It can. It can. And that's what anything, man. What you listen to can have an effect on the way you think and the way you do things, man.
You gotta control that shit.
You have to.
I mean, it's cool too. It is because it's very motivating. I could see how it's like fuck yeah, because those beats are, dude. I mean, I grew up on fucking. I mean, that shit's tight, dude. I wish I could rap.
Well, see, I'm more of a lyricist person, man. So I'm more of like a Tupac person. So like. I listen to Tupac, and it's not because of the bitches and the hoes and all that, the cars. I listen to how he words things. So he has a song, I think the track's called Still I Rise. So there's a verse that goes, somebody wake me, I'm dreaming. I started as a seed of semen, swimming upstream, planted in the wound by screaming. On the top was my pops, my mama screaming stop, from a single drop, this is what I got. So the average person would listen to that and just kind of just vibe their head and be offbeat. But this man just told you that he was conceived through rape.
No shit.
And we didn't even like really catch it. And it's like he would say things. In other words, he'd come into your house and kill you, kick your door in, but he put it in such a way that like without going straight to the point and saying, hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna do this.
So
I'm gonna
the
do
whole
that.
Story.
He says it in a way that's like, damn, that's
like the details.
The
shit
details,
too.
and I'm like, man, this dude just literally said that he was conceived through rape, and it's like, man, so that right there caught me. And then, like I said, T-Rock. He's a regular artist out of, I used to listen to a lot of 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah.
Hypnotized Camp. And so he was one of the first, his deliveries, man, like the way he would deliver his music. Like, I listened to him till this day. Like, I was riding home from Dallas, and that's all I had my Pandora on is T-Rock radio, man. And I'm listening to some of his tracks, and I'm like, man, this dude's like, he's the bomb, man. He's really, really doing his thing. And then, of course, Pastor Troy. Like I said, I got love for those artists who are not mainstream. But these guys, they do. I mean, they got their houses. At the end of the day, you just want to have your house. You want to have your house paid off. Send your kids to college. Put some money in your bank. Just be able to live. You don't want to. You don't have to be tied down to a label if that's what you want. But you got to realize it's gonna be one or the other. You're gonna either be on BET or TV because you're signed to a major label, or you won't have that, and you'll still be able to make that $100K a year or $200K a year, however much it is, $100K a show. I don't know how much they charge, but these guys seem to be doing pretty good. I follow T-Rock, and I'm like, man. So things like that, and then to top it off, he's past like 30 something. Because at some point you see things on Facebook. That's why I tell people not to too much get into Facebook, because some of the things will depress you if you see that. So I got people on there that say, oh, if you're past 35, you shouldn't be rapping and this and that. And I'm thinking like, man, and that makes
it get in your head.
It can, man, and they put you in a state of depression, and then you sit back and you really start thinking. I'm like, well, 50 Cent is over, Snoop Dogg is over, 35, and you start going, what about Rick Ross, or what about Eminem? And I'm thinking like, all these artists, Jay-Z and all these artists, they're a little up in age, man, and these guys are the ones that are. So I'm thinking like, when you do this music thing, or at least when I do this music thing, I don't want to do it for the moment. I want to be something to remember. So you got your Jay-Z's, and then. You just got. I don't know what artists they're out there, but somebody. Let's just say a young artist. You got. How many of these artists can actually go past? Can you see like 20, 30 still rapping or still putting out music? How many can you actually say? I mean, these guys are for the moment. So you got your Jay-Z's that are going to be there for good. You got your Snoop Dogg's that'll be putting out music. Probably till they're 90 years old.
Because they've been out since, they hit fame at an early age, too. So it's like you're going to stay.
Still going because they're making music. They're making music, for not just for now. They're making music, for the future, man. And it's like, man, that's something that I could actually listen to. Like some of that music, and I know nothing against any new artist, but some of that music I can't listen to. I won't listen to later on down the road because there's nothing to vibe to. I can't really feel it.
Well, it's just like you get older too, and then even gangster. I love that shit. I don't listen to it all the time too, but how we're saying it's just music's badass, man. It tells the story of your life, man, internally, man. And it's we're talking about rapping. Like, where do you see yourself? Because that shit could get in your head. You know what I mean? Even that. We can't rap forever. I can't do stand-up all the time. Actually, I probably fucking could.
Good.
As long as I can sit down and fucking talk, right?
You're good.
And you could do that
and
rapping,
you're funny,
too.
You make people laugh,
Do you always see yourself rapping? Or what about, like, producing and trying to bring in any fucking up-and-coming? Like, because there is a little rap scene in Corpus. It's been around for a long time,
a while,
man. And actually, just music. There's a lot of talented musicians, artists in here in Corpus, man.
Yeah.
But as far as like music, where do you see yourself? I don't know, 5 years from now, man.
5 years from now, I know I'll still be doing music. Like I said, I'm 35, right? Well, 36 right now, so I'll be like 41, right? 35, 36, 37, 39, 41, 42,
plus a two,
around now.
Carry the one.
Yeah, I graduated from Miller. I've never been good at math.
Once a buck, always a buck.
Always a buck. But I still see myself doing. The thing of it is, man, is that a lot of artists give up because. They don't see the money that they can make, and they don't see the impact that they have on people. So, there's been numerous times where I wanted to give up, but I've made a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money, man, on the streets. As far as putting out music, I've made a lot of money, man. But I've done a lot of dumb stuff with it too, though.
Yeah.
So when you make $10,000 and then you go buy. You buy $7,800 worth of jewelry
instead of flipping $10,000.
Instead of flipping $10,000, then nothing that you ever do in life, and that's with anything with your work money, and that's just. I'm starting to realize that now at the age of 36. I'm starting to realize that, sometimes people get, I don't think I really became a man until like 35, 36. Like I'm barely starting to mature right now because now I'm starting to handle my money a different way. Through my lifetime.
Think differently,
man. Like through my lifetime, I would go and I would buy some of the most expensive shoes. Like they'll tell you, I post pictures of my shoes here and there. I was a shoe fanatic, man. And all my shoes, I mean, you're looking at $200 to $250. Some of them I even paid $400, dog. $400. I mean, for dumb stuff, just because of status, because people, people know that, that guy's got to have money. When really, I ain't really got it like that, man. I work a good job. And
I'm wearing all my money right now.
I'm wearing all my money right now. I don't have it till next pay period. But no, I always keep some money put up, and I always hustle, man. But it seems like when you don't do what you're supposed to with it, one thing we have to learn to do is value the dollar more. Because when we don't respect it, when we need it, it won't be there for us. So I learned, because I'm a big Versace fan. I would buy like a lot of like old school vintage Versace glasses and jewelry and stuff, man. So at one point I was buying all this jewelry, all these glasses and everything, man. So when I went to resell it, I would pay like $500-$600 for, and people only wanted to give me $150, $200, until somebody from Europe and actually Italy that actually buys the stuff and where it comes from, and they deal with it like all the time. I had to get an admin get in my inbox and was like, hey man, you want $2,700 for that watch? You're a laughing stock right now. That thing's only worth $500. And I'm thinking like, well, I paid $27. He goes, yeah, you're stupid for paying that much. You know? And I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this damn thing's only. So I really looked at the value, and it's gold plated, which I wasn't thinking, but it got the Versace name on there. It's nice. You paid $2,700, and it's only worth maybe brand new $900 tops. It's used. I'm trying to sell it for $2,700, and that's when I really realized, like, man, a lot of this stuff, the Versace chains and stuff. When I got ready to get rid of all that stuff, it wasn't worth nothing.
It didn't hold no value.
Didn't hold no value at all. And I'm thinking like, it's us, because I've been blessed. We got a good job. What do we do with our money, dude? That's one thing I'm doing now, getting away from interest rates, getting away from all that stuff, man. If it's 90 days same as cash, we're not doing none of that no more. If I don't have it, save the money. Don't deal with it no more, man.
Fucking payday loans, motherfuckers.
None of that. And I was the king of that, man.
And I did all that shit too, man. That shit'll fuck you. And because sometimes, dude, everybody's gone through hard shit. And you're just like, fuck. You know what it is? It's being impatient.
Yeah.
A lot of times, because shit usually always fucking molded out right. Finance or something. I know we've been there. Like, goddamn, I gotta pay this note, man. Something happened. I don't fucking have the money. Whatever.
Yeah.
Pawning shit. You can make shit happen.
Yeah.
Hustling. And that's what, man. That's why I fucking try to get my kids to. And it's like pulling teeth sometimes.
Yeah.
But to teach them about that, like to hustle.
Yeah.
Because then you will never have to rely on nobody.
On nobody.
Okay. And that's male or female, man.
Yeah.
Male or female, don't fucking matter. Hustle, learn, show your kids how to do that shit. That way they can provide for themselves or their family some way, dude. It gives them that little ambition. What I mean? Like, you know what? Man, my daughter sees that shit just, flipping anything.
Yeah.
Hey, man, fucking water bottles, dude.
Yeah.
I told him one time we did that shit in the garage sale, too. I go, I'm going to get 2 cases of water, put some ice in there. We're selling them for $1.
Yeah.
Garage sale. Guess what? We made fucking $50.
Yeah.
On water. More
Easily.
than what the fuck we made in the garage sale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, dude, I spent $6 on those motherfuckers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Little things like that, man. Just and that shit, that's not even a kid thing. That's just an adult, like whatever. Adult. So always remember that, man. And you know how much I respect you for that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I always respect, I just respect that, have a lot of respect for people that fucking continue to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
They're still providing for their family. They're being good role models. They're just fucking doing what they want to do, man.
Yeah.
Living a good life and promoting good things.
Yeah.
Dude. So thank you, dog. JSTYLEZ, Marcus Johnson, for coming out today, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate it. Thank y'all for tuning in on the SIYL Stay in Your Lane podcast. I'm gonna set up Marcus with the links down below, so make sure you check out them videos, man. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Yes, sir.
It's a fucking miracle. I ain't break nobody's joy yet. Real talk. Like, you don't know how many times I just like had to walk off and go to myself and let tears shed, because I really wanted to hurt somebody, man. Really wanted to break somebody's fucking jaw bad, like, and I had to stop myself, man. This shit is crazy. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know how I deal with it so long, man. How I dealt with it so long. That's where hip hop comes in. My version of hip hop, anyway. I feel like hip hop is from your heart. It's what you feel.
112-83, a star was born. Reach for the stars, keep going where stars is going. I'm from a city where the graves and the coffins growing. Kids die, visions of mothers, they often mourning. I gotta do it for my people, cause all I see is evil is multiplied by evil. But what do you expect when we use our pride as our ego? Open wide your peoples, we're ultra violent creatures. I gotta utilize my time right. While I'm on earth, it ain't about living in the limelight. Yo, it's about getting your mind right. I used to fight crime with a 9, but I let crime fight. Yo, I was trying to live a crime life. My homie got 25 to life for a crime life. No, I can do is just ride on my kite. A cruel world, but that's life.
As I breach the atmosphere, proceeding past the satellites, that OG Kush be saving niggas' life. Because if I don't medicate, you live in a piece of state. Half of your face is just fade to be all over the place. So I choose space in a mothership that's straight, with 2 women who are alien to me but down to escape. See, you a fuck nigga and your words hold no weight. So be thankful, pimp and spend everything.
Now I can still see my dad bobbing in the dark room with Miller High Life and his chair rocking. But short fuse to get that 4-5 lead popping. But when you're young, you don't think being dead is an option. I often wonder what he thinks of me. I just need 1 hour, just have a drink with me. I need sympathy. Pops, I'm needing God is in this lost world. My brain's lost and my thoughts twirl. Yeah. Lord, my kids is getting older. My little one wanna know while his backpack's over my shoulder. I'm feeling like a kid, like I'm never ever gonna grow up. I dream the day that I will blow up and show up. Yeah, I got dreams to accomplish. 4 out of 10 black males considered convicts. Why is it this black on black crime is nonsense? Murder each other, carry the casket, no conscience.
As I breach the atmosphere, proceeding past the satellites, that OG Kush be saving niggas' life. Because if I don't medicate, you live in a piece of state. Half of your face is just fade to be all over the place. So I choose space in a mothership that's straight, with 2 women who are alien to me but down to escape. See, you a fuck nigga and your words hold no weight. So be thankful, pimp and spend everything.
Yeah, my president is black now. He'll make a way so that the black man put the crack down. But meanwhile, down the street they having crackdowns. They trapped the trap, hella kilo where crack was found. Now it's a never-ending story, an ongoing cycle. But Lord, show us glory, cause you created this world. You were here way before me. Why do they call me nigga? And why these caskets lowering? Lord, I'm not understanding this world. Why they beheading people and killing these baby girls? Please don't allow it. Please don't allow it. These terrorists killing people and wanting us to bow to it. I think what thou do, thou should get. But it's not my revenge, so I will sit and keep praying for the future. And hopefully they don't shoot ya.
As I breach the atmosphere, proceeding past the satellites, that OG Kush be saving niggas' life. Because if I don't medicate, you live in a piece of state. Half of your face is just fade to be all over the place. So I choose space in a mothership that's straight, with 2 women who are alien to me but down to escape. See, you a fuck nigga and your words hold no weight. So be thankful, pimp and spend everything.